Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back in another video. To I guess give an update on my video from last night, which was recorded right after Monday Night Raw had ended, because we had learned about this stuff during the show. Um, so since then, obviously, I went on to do other things, after that video was recorded, and we got the review of the Attack on Titan review up. Um, and I just wanted to wait for more information to come out before covering another video on the stuff, because when these things happen, when they first happen, there's always these rumors going around that might not be exactly true or might be stretching the truth. And it seems like at least we're already starting to see that as of today, of the time of this recording of the video, which at the time of recording this video, I don't know when it will be officially uploaded to YouTube. It is 1:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is when I'm recording this video right now, but it probably won't be uploaded until around after 2. So just keep that in mind in case there are more informations that come out after the recording of this video. Anyways, so WWE.com released a statement, and this was their statement. And we're gonna get to, because again, this was I think right after I made my video, they made this statement. So this was WWE.com's thing, and I'm kind of surprised at how they worded this for some things. But here's what they said. So, quote, when Sasha Banks and Naomi arrived at the arena this afternoon, they were informed of their participation in the main event of tonight's Raw. During the broadcast, they walked into WWE head of talent relations, John Laurinaitis. Oh, my God. Office with their suitcase in hands, placed their women's tag team championship belts, I can't believe they used the word belts, on his desk and walked out. They claimed that they weren't respected enough as the tag team champions, and even though they had 8 hours to rehearse, I'm surprised they used the word rehearsed, and conducted their match, they claimed they were uncomfortable in the ring with two of their opponents, even though they've had matches with these individuals in the past with no consequences. Raw is a scripted live TV show. I'm really surprised they worded that. Whose characters are expected to perform their requirements of their contracts. We regret we were unable to deliver as advertisements tonight's main event. End quote. So there's a lot to break down here with WWE statement. Now this statement is still up on WWE.com, by the way, and I'll put the link up for this. There's a couple things that I'm pissed off about the statement here, and I'm talking about unrelated stuff to the situation, but I'll get to that first. I'll get to that after this. First of all, the first thing they actually said was belt, which I'm really surprised they used the word belt, because that's supposed to be a banned word from WWE. They're only supposed to say titles. So I'm really surprised that the writer of this actually put belts in there, because Vince McMahon's probably having a piss poor event on these words, because WWE has like a banned list thing that they leaked years ago, and belt was one of them. So I just think that's kind of funny that the writer of this used the words belt, even though we know they're championship belts or titles. I mean, they can be either or. I think they can be either or. That's why I think people are more accepting in calling them titles, because really the belt title, it's really the same difference. But he can't get superstars over wrestling, over wrestlers, because people still call them wrestlers. Non-fans call them wrestlers. They'll always be wrestlers. You can't get that one over. You can't get superstars over. Anyways. So another thing they said in this 8-hour rehearse, like, yes, I know people know that wrestling, is scripted and, it's choreographed, but on the official website, they really shouldn't be saying this because when you're watching it on the show, there's still some type of, kayfabe legitimacy that people want to hold up. So to say this on the company website, at least in that wording, I just didn't like that. They were told of the main event. They preparing, for the main event would have been a better word than rehearsed. Um, and then of course saying that Monday Night Raw is a scripted live television show. I mean, you just gave it away right there. I mean, yes, we know we know that, wrestling is predetermined, but at the same time, we don't like these words being used, especially on an official WWE.com website. I'm really surprised that these were worded in there. You could have just said Monday Night Raw is a television show, and wrestlers perform, or something like that. Just leave that out. Like, people know already. You don't have to say that. And also, WWE does have the subject to change on the cards, so always things are subject to change no matter what happens. So people know that by now. So yes, now to pick apart the article in itself from WWE.com, besides the bad wordings in this passage of destroying kayfabe. So WWE is claiming that Sasha Banks and Naomi left the building because of they were uncomfortable with two of the opponents they were supposed to face in the main event. Now, the main event was originally supposed to be apparently a 6-pack number one contender match, and some of the reports came out early on that Naomi was actually supposed to win and was supposed to be the number one contender for the title, and she was actually supposed to pin her tag team partner, Sasha Banks, to become the number one contender. There has been a lot of dispute on that since then. But I should point out that this is the contents. The match was changed. The number one contender match and the main event in general was changed from a 6-pack challenge to Asuka versus Becky Lynch, and that was it. No 6-pack challenge, no other people besides the two. So we also have to take that into context as well. Why did they dumb it down to one challenge, or to two people instead of 6, or instead of maybe 4, maybe have a fatal 4-way? I don't know. I just think this was they clearly didn't have this prepared, because the women that were supposed to be in this match, besides Sasha and Naomi, were all cut. Dewdrop, Nikki Cross, they were dropped, and I don't even think they were on the show, because they were only supposed to be on that segment, really. So, they really, had to, go on the fly for these segments that were done. But yeah, I mean, that's WWE's statement. Now, in the aftermath, since then, Sasha Banks has unfollowed all WWE related social media accounts on her Twitter, as well as all her other social medias that she has, including Vince McMahon. So this is very, very significant. Now, meanwhile, her friend Naomi, and this is where I was kind of confused, because I thought this was more of Sasha Banks than it was Naomi. Naomi made a lengthy tweet citing creative problems here. Now, Fightful had provided details revealing that Naomi was set up to win the match last night. However, she was going to pin Nikki Cross, not Sasha Banks, which is what the report said yesterday, that Sasha was going to get pinned by Naomi. However, now there's a report by Fightful Select that is contradicting that. and saying that yes, she was supposed to win, but it wasn't supposed to be on Sasha Banks, uh, you know, dispense, but it was supposed to be her pinning Nikki Cross, which actually, to me, would actually make more sense because they have been treating Nikki Cross like a jobber as of late. Um, they've kind of buried her. So, yes, I could believe that one more than I would believe Sasha Banks, especially since they're trying to run this whole storyline of, Dewdrop trying to get uh, Nikki Cross to be more serious and whatnot. That's what they've been running the past couple of weeks. So, it would make sense that she would be the one that would get pinned here. That would eat the pin. So, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me how this is going to work out. I should also point out that Naomi hasn't done nearly any as much as Sasha Banks has done with the social media stuff and whatnot. So, that's really the thing also here that I'm just like very confused by. Is there's really no sightings for these things that are being done. So, from my point of view, I think this is more of a Sasha thing. Naomi may have left with her, or I don't know if she actually left with her. She may have just kind of went her separate ways. Obviously Jey Uso, she's married to, and obviously, you know, she's kind of in that whole group right there. She's not actually officially in the group, but the bloodline, which a lot of people think she should be. But I don't know. I think this is more of a Sasha thing. I think Naomi's gonna probably be back. There's just differences. It will be really interesting to see what they do now, since now Asuka somehow is the number one contender for Bianca Belair's title because she beat Becky Lynch in the main event. But nonetheless, this is where we're at with this right now. I'll put the links in the description for people to go check this out. Like I said, this is really all we know at this time. And there's really nothing else at this time that we have. There has been no public statement really from Sasha. There has been, like I said, there's a thing about Naomi out there. Naomi had talked about some stuff. But no one else seems to be talking about it. It's just, this is what we got right now, unfortunately. But I don't know anything else to go on besides what we know. We're getting conflicting reports, like I said. We're getting conflicting reports, like I said, with the whole, Sasha being pinned, which that wasn't true. I think it's more than just the match. This whole match. I think there's more to this. This had to have been boiling up for a while. You don't just walk out. You don't just walk out just because of one night of the card being not the way you like, and also this whole allegation that WWE put out that they didn't like two of the performers that they were working with. I don't know how true that is. I have my doubts because it just if you've worked with them before, why would you work with again? Unless they did something that you didn't like. I don't know what's going on. And until Sasha or Naomi comes out, and I'm leading to believe that Naomi's going to be back, but not Sasha. I think Sasha is probably done with WWE. I don't know what her contract status is. As I said, I do believe that Sasha in the booking, in the booking sense, has not been really booked very well as a singles champion and other things of what I said yesterday. But we'll see what they do. If Naomi comes back, maybe they do like a Jericho thing where he picks a new partner, like when Edge got injured years ago, and then he picked Big Show take over. Maybe they do something like that with Naomi. I have no idea. Maybe this is the way for her to join the bloodline too. This would actually, if Naomi comes back, this would actually be a way for her to join the bloodline and say that Sasha quit or something like that, and I've decided now to join the bloodline and pick a new partner or something like that. This would actually be the way to do it. If it's true that this is just a Sasha issue, they could do something like that. But that would be actually a perfect excuse to have her join the bloodline if she does come back. But we'll see as the days go on. Like I said, we're going to hear more stuff in the coming days. We're already starting to hear new stuff just up on the following day here. But yeah, guys, comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. It helps me out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for all the latest contents, because that's how you continue to watch my content. That is about it, guys. I'm out of here. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. Links will be all in the description on these articles. I'm out of here. I'm the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace.